right. We have a list donated by Sir Eccles here on the channel. We are going to be voyaging into Pioneer, but we are not leaving our friend Kroxa behind. No. Kroxa is joining us on our voyage. But what do we have here? Well, it's an interesting Grixis list. It's called Rotting Royals by Sir Eccles, and it's doing some very interesting things here with making some very large creatures if possible. Now, let's talk a little bit about a couple of the synergies that I saw. There will be a few things that I'm sure we will learn as we go ahead and play this as well. But the list is kind of an interesting one and definitely has some nuances that we want to take note. First and foremost, 7 1-drops Fatal Push and Thoughtseize interaction for our opponent's hand and or smaller creatures. Probably good for the Pioneer meta. We haven't explored that meta too much recently, but from what I've been watching a little bit online, it's good to have some interaction. We have the Dark Confidant of Pioneer, the Glint Sleeve Siphoner, pretty good for card value. We have Mire Triton, which is an interesting one, putting some things into the graveyard while also giving us a Death Toucher and gaining 2 life as well. It's a very interesting merfolk. We have Harness Lightning, which is you can pay energy and let's see here, deals that much damage to the creature, so that's kind of an interesting one. It can kind of be built up, Lazav, this one's an interesting, so when it enters, you surveil 1 and then its X becomes a copy of target creature card in graveyard with confirmed on cost X, except it's itself. So it's kind of like the hexproof version, the 4-mana costed one. But this one's kind of interesting. It doesn't have the hexproof, but it allows us to copy things. So what are we copying? Well, we mentioned Kroxa already. That's an obvious copy, pretty cheap and easy to copy as well. Swinging in would be excellent. And then we have Rotting Regisaur. So we do have a dinosaur, and I do like this dino here. It's pretty sweet. That being said, it allows us to discard things, which we'll see how that goes. You know, discard them and maybe copy them or other things associated with what we're doing here. Got a Bone Crusher Giant or 4 and Royal Scions, kind of the namesake card, other side of it, to do some drawing and discarding. So these are the main cards here. We got some sideboard ones as well. We have Chandras and Ashiok, a good Planeswalker suite, and we have some Dreadboars to take care of our own opponents, Planeswalkers and or creatures. Got a pair of Murderous Riders here. Kalitas seems to always make it into black mid-range to late-range games. Mystical Disputes and a Ratchet Bomb. And there's Sir Eccles right then and there. Welcome. We've got your list up. We're really just about to play it. We've kind of gone over what we think about the list. We have some Aether Hubs to help with the Harness Lightning. Kind of an interesting synergy there. I thought I saw one other synergy. I guess Liliana Last Hope's kind of an interesting synergy here if I pull out our Planeswalkers, but Liliana is interesting because we can go grab some of this stuff. We're at 22 lands, which seems just a touch high for a curve that finishes out here at 3. But we'll see how it goes. It's Pioneer. Let's go play some Magic. Whoa, what are these? Whoa, Pioneer Super Qualifier. If you didn't see that go out, those are something that you might want to look into if you have Mana Traders, Card Hoarder, or a deck online. I'll give a link below for Mana Traders in the description of YouTube. And if you're here, I can pass that link on to you guys. It's on our Twitter as well. Let's play some Pioneer Magic here on Friday. A little bit later for those that are watching on YouTube. No matter, though. Something a little bit different for the folks there. All right. Well, it's a 1-lander, and based on needing kind of black, blue, and having only a... not even a swamp, I can't imagine keeping this. We'll probably mulligan this. Need probably at least 2 lands. Well, I got both Royal Scions. This isn't a very good start. I don't know if I can keep this either. If I miss land, it's really bad. Now, it's not as bad because I already have the black and the red. really feel like 2 lands is necessary, though. Here we go. All right. We can keep this. We're going to get rid of Harness Lightning. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the land, even though I was just talking about needing the lands. But we got 2 of them. This way we have a little bit of removal. Something to fuel something else with. We'll see how it goes. Llanowar Elf for our opponent. Now, hand with double Fatal Push is looking okay. Let's start with a Thoughtseize here. Alright, what do we have? Scavenging, they have their own Rotting Regisaur. And a Lovestruck Beast. I think the Regisaur is just too hard for me to kill. And I don't want that coming out on turn 3. Lovestruck Beast is also going to be hard to kill. But maybe not as hard as the other one. We'll take Rotting Regisaur here. I'm going to place an Overgrown Tomb here. 3 mana, top decks a Regisaur. I see. Ugh. Let's play the Aether Hub out. Trying not to take too much damage here. We'll put a Death Toucher up here. Fuel our graveyard just a touch. Let them discard and maybe we can block. I highly doubt they're going to just swing blindly into this Death Toucher. Exifit, what's up? Scavenging Nude's gone. Overgrown Tomb, Lovestruck Beast, and this unknown card. 3 mana, Lovestruck Beast. Okay, they have an Overgrown Tomb in hand. Lovestruck Beast coming down here after playing the Desire side. Okay. We have a Royal Scions we could play. You have a Bone Crusher Giant we could play. I feel like we're in okay shape. I wonder if I could just play Glint here and use it to draw a card next turn. And just stay back with our Death Toucher, knowing that they just have Overgrown Tomb and they're probably going to pitch that here. Okay. Not in the worst shape here. Oh, Steel Leaf Champion. Okay. Alright. I think I'm going to just have to take some damage and block here. Death Toucher. Let's go ahead and draw. Alright, a Thoughtseize that doesn't do anything. You have the Royal Scions. We have this 5/4 that's kind of difficult to block, but we could put a Bone Crusher down to block it. I'd rather kill something, trade here, and then play the Bone Crusher. Let's play our land. Royal Scions is almost just worth playing and cycling. Maybe get them to attack Royal Scions with a little bit of extra. Kind of like that idea. Let's make this Scions an interesting target. Draw a discard. Ooh. Red. I don't have the second red. Let's discard Kroxa here. Or attacks. We gotta be back on defense. We can't attack in. Oh. Nasine Hornbeetle's gonna grow. I don't think they're going to go after Royal Scions here. Oh, they do. Alright. So we're going to lose Royal Scions pretty much anyway. I could trade with one of the 1/1s to prevent this from attacking in the future. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't have a lot of colors here at the moment. I've kind of used them up. Liliana, the last hope. I could kill this, but I can't do much else after that. Because they can swing for 9. Looks like we've... If I play this out and block, they still swing. Alright. Alright, getting our feet wet here. Looks like a lot of creatures that we need to get through. I think we can work with this. Alright. Dreadbores seem good here. I could actually see a few Murderous Riders, maybe even Kalidas. Possibly the Angers. We did see some stuff that is not too large. And possibly Chandra. So all of this looks interesting to me. Interesting it does. What does not look interesting? I think I can drop one Harness Lightning, possibly. Possibly. Although that can kill quite a few things. Let's see here. Let's think. One Royal Scions probably can be cut. Possibly 2, because I'm going to bring 2 Chandras in. Bone Crushers are good. Lily's good. Rotting Regisaur versus their Rotting Regisaur seems good. These are test cards. Fair enough. I like the test cards so far. Let's trim a Bone Crusher Giant because we're bringing in some heavier hitting things. Regisaur out. One Kroxa out. Bringing in like Kalidas. If we're doing that, we can do a Mire. Thoughtseize because we're on the play. I'm actually going to strip one Aether Vial here and only do one Chandra. Okay. So Aether Hub's stripped even though we're bringing a 4-drop in. I feel like we don't need that many lands if I'm going to be aiming for 2 in the hand. I think one Kroxa can be pulled out because I've always only liked about 3 of them. But we'll see if that matters. Bone Crusher's being replaced by a Dreadbore, which should hit something bigger. Aether Hub, Aether Vial. Did I say Aether Vial? I probably said it. We're just kind of cutting ones of to bring in some more like just heavy hitting things for our opponent. And then we'll try to clean it up and then put something on the board that's rather large. That'll be our intent here. And we get to play first. That's always nice. One land again. We're going to mulligan this. Alright, here we go. We can keep this. Let's ditch the Lazav because we have the Kroxa here. We can Thoughtseize them, Kroxa them, kill something, and go from there. This feels solid. And if we have something that fuels our graveyard or we interact with our opponent enough, who knows? Kroxa might be coming back. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Especially since they mulliganed. This will be good. Take their best card, obviously. Obviously. Alright, we got an elf. We have a Regisaur. I'm actually tempted to take the elf because they only have a Blooming Marsh here. So let's take the elf. Take the elf. Kill the elf. They do have 2 draws here to hit lands, but they have 3 drops. Blooming Marsh, elf. Bolt the bird, basically. Basically, we only have to do 1 energy here too, which is kind of cool because then that makes our next one a little bit stronger. We'll see if taking them off of both of their Llanowar elves paid off, and it appears it has. We can put this into play. We can make them discard again. Unfortunately, we won't have Kroxa immediately, but my opponent's not interested anymore, and we get there. I mean, we weren't gonna play it immediately, but soon. Soon. Okay, that seemed to work reasonably well. I don't know if that's going to work every time like that. I wonder if a Ratchet Bomb makes sense. Probably not. I think we're just going to run this back. Do the same stuff. Thoughtseize turn 1. Right? That's what we should be doing. Maybe I should bring the extra Thoughtseize in. Ah, well. It'll be fine. We're playing against the Dino. Look at that. Alright, we do hit 2 lands this time. That's nifty. 2 lands, no interaction, though. 2 lands and no interaction. That kind of worries me. I feel like they'll get a very big threat. Open the floor, everyone get the dinosaur. This doesn't feel strong enough. Cletus is out of range. They can and they can't at the same time. I'm on the draw. It says Death Touch. Alright, I'm convinced. I'm convinced it's okay enough. See, if we hit the 3rd land, though, we're going to want to play the Royal Scions, right? And are we going to want a Glint to block, or we want the Triton to block? You know? Opponent probably kept more lands this time around. Alright. We'll put our tap land in, pass the turn. We have a lot of options now. I suppose now it's Glint because they had no turn 1 play. And now I don't care about this human. That's a good top deck. Let's take minimal energy here. Siphon or pass turn. If they take the turn to play the Lovestruck Beast out, then I'll just Bone Crusher swing. We can do all kinds of things here. Lovestruck Beast? Oh, Steel Leaf Champion, huh? Lovestruck can still block, but I have Menace. I have Menace, though. It's the beauty. Ooh. This kills this. Ooh. It's gonna attack. Get that energy going. We're gonna kill the Steel Leaf Champion here. Kill it. Use 4 mana. Four of this. Four whatever energies. Use the energy. That was good. That was good. Could have been bad. Do it on our turn because of Henge. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lovestruck. Lovestruck it is. Followed by a elf. All right. We could play Kalitas. It's like an okay thing to do here. I could also Bone Crusher Giant and play the Triton. That doesn't make them want to attack with Lovestruck Beast. Swing in and make sure I get my draw next turn. I could attack, let the double block happen, kill the Llanowar Elf, kill the human, play the Siphoner. I actually like this line a lot. I like this line a lot. It sacrifices 1 Siphoner, but it gets rid of both the 1/1s here if they do it. I saw through everything. Okay. I still think it's gonna be the Triton here. Kroxa's in the bin now. That interests me a lot. I'm actually going to go ahead and play the second Glint Siphoner and pass turn. We're going to do this because I have this chump block easy, and I would actually go ahead and chump one of these. Looks like there's a tireless tracker. Looks like we're going to have a great target for Bone Crusher Giant here. Oh, it's going to grow here. It didn't grow. Thank goodness. I think I'm good with that block. We'll use one of these to draw. Oh, yes. This is getting good. Everything we've done has paid off so nicely. I think this is an easy kill tireless tracker. Kill this little beetle thing. And swing. Oh yes, get the energy. Oh yes. And we can Kalitas next, we can Bone Crusher Giant next, we can Royal Scions next. Kroxa. Wow, nothing? We can check the hand too before I get too frisky here. I'm gonna draw, definitely. Land's not bad to see, because now I can land and Kroxa. I can blow up the world. I can do everything. Let's Thoughtseize. What do you have over there, opponent? I don't know if they play Coco. If they do, we might get it here. Oh, they do. They're so smart. Steel Leaf. Beetle. Thoughtseizing away. A. Dun da da da. Dun da da. Da 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 da. Ooh, a Lovestruck Beast. I'll take that. So, what I could theoretically do is attack with both of these. If they go to block, I can blow the world up. If they don't go, I slam this and play either Kalitas or Kroxa. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's swing. Let's swing. Let's make life interesting here. I'd love to just board wipe. Okay. Alright, opponent. I understand. I think Kroxa is the safer one here. Puts them down as well some more. And we have then 2 menace creatures plus the Royal Scions to follow here. It's feeling pretty good. Giant blocker. Opponent's drawing 1 card. Life total's getting a bit low. I like to live on the edge. Uh-oh. Gain some life. Beetle. They're gonna have to be back with everything. They're close to dead on board. Life total is in great shape right now. What's up, basically, in Shark? Alright. I feel like a draw here is really good because if I hit a Fatal Push, things get real nice. So we're going to go ahead and do that. That card's pretty good, too. Land drop. So I can win here. Just depends on how we would like to win. I can Anger the Gods and Murderous Rider. Killing this, swing for 6. They have no cards and they die. I could Scion's Trample and Murder Rider. How would we like to win? We can do both. Different options here. This gives Trample, right? First strike Trample, we just kill this, swing with everything. I want to do a Scion's Win. Let's do a Scion's Win. Any number of ways, exactly. Enter combat. In response to our amazing triggers here, gonna slow roll the Murderous Rider. Swift End. This also makes it so that I'm doing it in instant speed and I don't accidentally click it, that I'm, you know, putting it in the battlefield. I really don't know which would be the more disrespectful. I think the Anger Anger to clear their board plus the Murderous Rider would be more disrespectful because it would mean I don't need these two creatures. And then the 6 plus the 3 discard would be pretty disrespectful. Either way, taking down match number 1, playing Rotting Royal Silence in Pioneer. Was that good, Sir Eccles? I liked our line earlier with the glint sleeve. It drew us enough too. Our life total does get a little bit low. You gotta watch that. Let's play first. Ooh, alright. Scryland. Interesting. Plus Liliana and Regisaur. Alright. I'm not confident about this, but we're going to keep it because sometimes you've got to experiment a little bit. We're going to keep this and see if Rotting plus just a Liliana with this Temple Scry gets us into a good position here. I want to bottom this. I really want to bottom this. I don't know if I want this. I'm gonna put it on the top. I changed my mind. I changed my mind so fast there. What is this? Mystic. Tap land, go. Might be playing Liliana first to take care of the Mystic. Depends on what the follow-up here is. Double green. Mystic. Mystic, Mystic, Mystic. Yeah, we're playing Liliana. Slamming Liliana. No questions. Play Liliana, kill one of these. They clearly didn't want to play anything out. We'll just kill one of these. So nothing was at 3. Maybe something at 4. We can Rotting and Thoughtseize next, which is kind of nice. Hydra. I can kind of agree with you there on the whole bottom end because we have many of them, but the fact that I have one here means I get to do it again. Oh, our opponent doesn't have anything for us to Thoughtseize. Well, then, I see. I see, opponent. I guess we'll play some dinos then and win this game. It is good crafting. It is well put together. Opponent plays a Nykthos. I'm liking our position right now. Dino here. We will discard Watery Grave here. Interesting. I want to get second Dino out here, but that means I lose my entire hand next turn. Maybe I can get the Scions out and just like outvalue them. Scions is probably just smarter here. And I don't know if I want to draw this card. Let's make this tinier. I kind of just want to do this. I guess let's go ahead and draw this card. Discard the land. Plus for damage. Probably should have. It's alright. It's okay. We're about to get another dino out here. And then we're going to trample through. It's going to be great. Mystic. That's not very good for them. You're not a huge fan of mole sauce? I think I'm going to discard Bone Crusher Giant. We're just going to dino, my friend. We're just going to dino them. Swing! There is nothing else in this world that I want to do. It's all dinos. I don't think the plus for damage or the discard mattered at that point. I think our opponent having way too many lands. It looked like they probably had a few options and then flooded out. I would guess. I think Kalitas makes sense here. I think some Murderous Riders and Dreadbores again, because they have rather large creatures. Even the Angers are possible. If we go this route again, we're going to trim, trim the Scion, trim the Kroxa. Rotting seemed to be better in this one. Lilies were good too. Is there any penalty with Dino if you can't discard? Nope. Nope. No penalty. It's great. He's a 7/6 giant dino. It's fantastic. This is 5 out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I took a dino last time, but I kind of like the dinos. Giant in this one? Okay, that's 7. I like that. We are bringing in more board wipes. It's a zombie dino. It's our second favorite zombie next to zombie fish. Next to zombie fish. Fishy wishy. All right, game number 2 here. Doing A-OK currently with our Pioneer list from Sir Eccles. This is a fun one. I kind of like this. It's got some really, just feels very good and grindy. All right. This hand looks pretty fantastic. We have our colors. We're on the draw. We have some removal as well, except for something bigger. Opponent doesn't do anything immediately here. We have a lot more red in the deck. Let's go ahead and Blood Crypt. If they don't do a whole lot, we'll just slam Siphoner. Voyaging Satyr. I think I'm still putting Siphoner down. Let's put Siphoner down. This makes the Harness Lightning a little bit larger for their potential next creature. If they put that Hydra down and fight here, then we can anger the cards away. The opponent's got a little bit of a mismatch of things here. Vivian. Okay. Would you like to trade, Vivian? Trades. Trades. Okay. I still don't care about this card that much. Let's put a dino down. Let's put a dino down. We can get rid of the land possibly here. I could also get rid of an anger if they put something too big in. Let's see. Let's see. I'm worried, but not. Big Nissa? Possibly. Big Nissa it is. Big Nissa it is. I'm gonna untap and then do this. Haste Vigilance. Floating 2 mana. They might put another like 1/1 or something out. Maybe then do Vivian here on these 2. Okay, Anger's looking good. We'll discard. We'll just discard a land here. I like everything else I've got going on. Oh, it's Kroxa. So now I can kill this Nissa, but they could kill here. If I anger, they kill Rotting. What I need them to do is potentially Walking Bliss to try to hit me. Let's go after Nissa here. Let's see what they want to do. Alright. So they jump here. They shoot me, which is fine. I'm okay with that. What we're going to do is then anger the board here to kill both of these. I think that's what I want to do. That way I get rid of some lands here. They still have like 6 mana here. 7/8 when they untap. Just play Triton and anger next turn. I like this line. Could maybe harness lightning something. We'll see. They play like two things here. I could also Kroxa them. This thing's about to be bait, whatever it is. We're gonna have a 10-10 walking ballista. So 5-5. 7-7. All right. Let's go ahead and attack. Or attempt to. Ballista 5 plus the Nissa uptick. They're gonna shoot him down. Okay. We can Kroxa to get rid of the card. We'll be able to play Kroxa next turn. You like Triton burn the ballista? I like setting up Kroxa for next turn. I'm tempted to go ahead and just burn the ballista here. Got a Nissa that we got to deal with. But they're empty-handed, so maybe they'll play out for us. We don't get any of the energy. Roxas Bay. That was a big ballista. That's a pretty good ballista, to say the least. Gonna get hit for 6 here, it looks like. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, Vivian and Ballista are best friends here. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get hit for 10? It's not ideal. Are we dead on board? Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. We can play Kroxa out, but then we can only block one and they just make another one and swing in. Alright. Nissa and Vivian are pretty nasty for us. Pretty nasty for us. To trade with the land? Possibly. Alright, I don't think we're going to be copying too much here. We might want to just Thoughtseize. And maybe an additional Kroxa here. Maybe not the Kroxa, but definitely the Thoughtseize. Definitely the Thoughtseize to take some of the stuff that we have trouble dealing with. I'm wondering if Kalitas matters. I think Kalitas is fine. I could see like 1 to 2 mystical disputes just to get them when they try to play their big creatures. I almost want to just bring one of those in. I do have the Murderous Riders that can hit Planeswalkers as well. I have 2 Dreadbores, so I should be covered. I'm going to be a little more reactionary. You like to copy? I mean, if we're copying, I almost want to just get rid of Kalitas, but I guess Kalitas creates jump blockers, which we'll want. You know what? I'm going to cut 1 Royal Scions, bring in the Lazav. This may seem a little bit odd, but I think the Royal Scions, we just don't want to be taking turns drawing. I know it can get us through with some trump blockers, but I think we want to be trying to do something pretty quick. Pretty quick and pretty nasty to them. Well, I got the Scions. I think we can keep this. We'll be playing Kroxa or Harness Lightning here on turn 2. I can put the Watery Grave in tapped. This isn't okay. My opponent's mulled to 4, so this is looking really good now for us. Not that we want to win it this way. Not that we want to win it this way. Alright, tap land, go ahead. Thankfully for our opponent, we don't have a Thoughtseize here. Like I said, if this is like something we could just easily just pick it off. Regisaur is a great one here. We're going to make them discard a card. They're not going to discard a land, I presume. Voyaging Satyr has been discarded. Turn to Enchanted Land. Let's just start beating them down. Regisaur here. Pass turn. I think Royal Scions can honestly just be pitched here, and we can probably pick off a few things, swing in and win. Maybe even pick off or use the Glint Sleeve to be discarded to Rotting here. Elvish Mystic on top. And Nissa. They get rid of both. We go to discard. I'm going to discard the Glint. Seems okay to do. Let's go ahead and Harness Lightning so that we can get in. Do all 3 damage. I'm going to go ahead and swing naturally here. We have the Royal Scions. I know I can't Harness Lightning on my turn, but I have the Royal Scions that I can keep and pitch the Blood Crypt. There's a Nissa. So Nissa's pretty easy to take care of here. They'll create a blocker. I'm going to get rid of the blocker and go after Nissa here. Hits for 3. We'll discard the Blood Crypt, even though we're getting close to the Kroxa. This way I keep the 2 actionable cards here. Bone Crusher's kind of cool, too. Let's just Harness Lightning. Let's go ahead and kill Nissa, because Nissa's a problem if it stays around here. I don't need them getting any extra mana here either. We're pretty good. Can kill a chump blocker, can get through a chump blocker pretty easily. Their deck is full of chump blockers. Jade Light. That would be one of those. The Haven into a land. Plays the land. It's a 3-2 to beat. We'll discard... Honestly, I'll probably just discard a Bone Crusher Giant. Royal Scions punches through for all the damage we need. A top deck land as well is really nice, because we can then Kroxa next turn. We'll go ahead and make this a 9-6 swing in, and we pretty much have them dead on board. We have this Kroxa over here. Opponent's going to be at 4 life. We've got the big boy to deal with, the Scions, and top decking 1 card here. There we go. Yeah, we were top deck and woo. Let's play it out and copy. Nice. I think we sequenced that one correctly. That one felt good. Look at the dinos showing up. Woo. 2-1, 2-1. I like it. I like it. This list has got some solid backing to it. Plays well. Plays well like a well-oiled machine. Odysseus, I agree with that. If you have a pet deck and you just know it inside and out, you can crush some pretty high meta games pretty easily, because you know the nuances to your deck and you know exactly what like 10 cards you're going to need for that matchup. All right, so the idea here is if we have Lazav, we take Kroxa, bring them out as a grouping. Sounds like. At my local FNM, I top 8 pretty regularly with Rally Fenza. We did see the Dino in game number 1, match number 1. Our opponent was playing the Dino. I think the problem is that it's a little bit... They can wait until your upkeep and then just fire off some pretty easy things to kill it sometimes. What does Rally Fenza look like? It looks like the MTG Goldfish Rally Fenza. Coco version. It's probably better now. It was playing Anafenza, and now it plays Malera. It's pretty fun. I like the Dino with Kroxa because it's actually helping you feed the Kroxa. I totally agree with that. You can see there's some really nice deck building decisions here. The Triton's a good just chump blocker, gets you to late game, feels Kroxa, Rotting Regisaur, feels Kroxa, Liliana, feels Kroxa, Scions, feels Kroxa. Kind of your removal, feels Kroxa. So it all hinges around Kroxa. But what's really funny is you're not all in on Kroxa. You have Rotting Regisaur, plus the Scions is just like, sure, alright, make a chump blocker. I'm just going to swing with a 9/6, no problem. And a 6/6 bottom toughness is difficult to beat. We'll play first. Alright. Alright, this one's going to be interesting. So, I kind of want to try this because we have the Triton and Lazav combo here. And I wouldn't mind seeing if this works. This is a bit of a gamble. 5 lands is a little high. But we're going to try it. Glint. Glint is tempting too. You know what? I'll go ahead and take a Glint. That's fine. Uh-oh. Forest. Alright, so we see a forest. I'm going to go ahead and get our draw engine going here. Let's try to get our draw engine going here. We can then play the Triton, and then after that play Lazav, and also copy something. So this feels like a good idea. Green deck across from us. Everyone's, trying to do green. This isn't good. Things could get really... Oh, okay. Alright, not as scary as I thought it was going to be. Well, let's go ahead and draw. Oh, look, it's Kroxa. Oh, look, he's here already. We do have the combo. I think I'm gonna go for it too. We have to make colors here. We'll Kroxa them. We're gonna swing to get a little bit of energy to help us with these Aether Hubs too. Doesn't set up another draw, but it will set up colors for us. Combos here. Opponent discards a land. In we go. Pass turn. Yep. Copy time. Uh-oh, Greater Henge. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Not Greater Henge, sorry. Castle. 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 We've got the combo. You can see in this matchup we getting a few too many Aether Hubs, and I'm like, it's kind of working, kind of not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're never going to see it coming, guys. We don't even have to use our one little energy anymore. We got our value out. Hits for 2. We're at 17. Opponent's at 15. Just keep on doing it. Let's get one to stick here, obviously. Surveil 1. Put this on top of the library. Yes, please. Let's copy Kroxa here. I guess I could have done that as a combat trick. Didn't have to do it in main phase. Either way. Alright, so opponent's got a reasonable amount of mana here. Voyaging Satyr. Followed by a biggin. Anissa. Oh no. Okay. Alright, so we have the Rotting. My opponent has one card in hand. We can get that discarded with this. You can also get another Kroxa out. They're different. Oh, gosh. They are differently named. Oh, my gosh. We should... It's so hard to do this, though, because I don't have red mana. I'm really short on red mana here. What I can do, though, is play Rotting and the Triton here. I could swing, trade with a bunch of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have to block with everything. It's definitely Triton and Reggie here. And I'm attacking them? Attacking Nissa? What am I attacking here? I guess I could attack Nissa. Start with an attack at the Nissa. Make them discard, take some damage. Hey, what's going on? How are you doing? This might be just a chump block. No chump block. Chump block. Okay. Let's go ahead and play the Triton, see what else we mill over. Another Glint here. We don't have to take any damage here. Go up to 2, play the Regisaur, discard the Kroxa, play it in the battlefield. Doesn't matter. Can we beat Nissa? What's happening here? Oh, I don't think I would have played that out, opponent. You're gonna need a reason for that to be in your hand. Wow, that's a lot of mana. Why do you need so much mana? Oh, they can sacrifice these. This has an ability. Holy crap. Yeah, we need a Scions to punch through the last little bit of damage. Okay, they've got some wolves here. That's okay. That's some pretty sweet looking wolf. It's a hot looking wolf. Look at that design. Discard Kroxa. I need more discard. I just attack Nissa here. No land. 2, 4, 6. I'm tempted to attack with both here. Let's put them to 9. This dying lets me replay this. I'm gonna attack them with both. Puts them to 9. They're gonna probably have to chump block something here. And at least block both here. Which means they're gonna put like a lot in front of one. A little bit on the other one. This is fine. Because then I can just replay the Kroxa here. Let's go ahead and kill this, then this. Now we can replay Kroxa. Which seems fine here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Make them take another 3. Goes to 6. I'm going to hold Watery Grave. I'm going to hold Regisaur. Nice. Vivian, sweet Vivian. Makes another forest a great blocker. Now we don't have any red mana. This has been kind of interesting. So if I top deck a Kroxa, I can't play it. It would be lethal. Makes these a little bit bigger. No reason to attack here by them. We discard our Watery Grave. Oops. Attack for this and this. Attack with this. They're going to double block this. Attack with this. They have to single block, and so attack with this. Put them down to 1. They're going to lose 1 land here. I'm just seeing what these are going to do to me. Pretty sure it's just attack everything at them. They'll take 3 here. They have to block, double block Kroxa, so they'll do with a 4/4 and a 4/4, and then they'll chump a 2/2 here. They'll take 2, go to 1, and then I'll have a Rotting Regisaur plus Rotting Regisaur plus a Triton here. And I don't know if there's one I care about more. I guess I'll just take care of the castle here. It generates technically more mana. We'll play a new Rotting Regisaur down. And because I'll be discarding, I'll put my land in play. They play their land. They're going to get lands that are indestructible now. Which is interesting because I guess they're going to... I don't know what they're going to do here. So they can choose a creature card and reveal it, but it's got to be like 2 mana. Oh, they fight. There you go. Okay, that worked. That worked. They fight. It's 4/4. I'm gonna definitely block. Little reason not to. Discard. No, I need the red. All right, well, we'll just pass turn. I want to be able to chump. They're indestructible. If I had the red and not these Aethers, we'd be good. I mean, if I get the red anyway, the Kroxa from the yard's going to be fine because these Rotting Regisaurs are going to fuel it. See if this goes up here. Makes this a little bit bigger. It's a 6/6 now. I was going to say they'll just attack with the 1. I'm just going to pass. You have to discard the Kroxa, unfortunately. But I could top deck a Lazav to Lily. Definitely going to play her. Just kill this. This gives 2. Let's shrink the 6/6 past turn. We need them to whiff another turn here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play into the Liliana potentially flipping some cards over here. We just need them to not have something drastically huge here. Oh, it's Garn. Oh. Oh. Not good. If I get a red land, I can literally flip and look for all kinds of things that could end this game. Garn's scary, though. Probably a Walking Ballista, I presume, from the sideboard. I wonder if there was a point where I could have managed my Aether Hub energy a little bit better. Oh, dang. Aligned Heatran Network's pretty sweet. Alright. Yep, red land, get back Kroxa and win. Which would not have been that. Where's our red lands? Oh my gosh. There we go. We found it. All right, that was game 1, I believe, right? Probably. Same stuff as always here, it looks like. Here's the 7 we want. What have we taken out? We're going to be on the play. I guess I can keep the Thought Season. That worked pretty well. We took out a Bone. We took out 2 Scions. We should probably just take out 1. 1 Triton. Walter B, thank you for the follow. Odysseus, take care. You could run a Blood Hall Priest in this list. You know what? I'm not going to play this Kalidas. I don't think it's right. Kroxa is really hard for them to deal with. Take 1 Glint out. I'm on the play. I'll take the Thoughtseize. I'll bring the Thoughtseize back in on the play. Sorry, on the draw. I am on the play. Thoughtseize out. I'm going to bring it back in on the draw. Let's play first. All right, hand looks fine. We have all of our colors. We have a big dino. We have a Thoughtseize. We can lead off. Probably gonna shock it in. Want to hit this on curve. This looks like a great hand to hit on curve. All right, Thoughtseize away. Oh gosh, 30,000 Llanowar Elves. Well then, we'll take the Karn because there's way too many of the Llanowar Elves to deal with. Best hand, pretty close to it. Plays the castle in. It's tapped. Not gonna worry about Thought Seizing. I'm gonna get the Glint down. Pass turn. Get our draw engine going again. Especially with the Rotting and then into the Royal Scions. Seems like a good play here. I could remove the elf. I'm gonna hold for another day. The Rotting's gonna obviously make us pitch something, but we'll pitch probably Thoughtseize at this point because I picked up a rider here. Another elf and 1 more elf. Nicely done, opponent. Got all their elves. All right, let's go ahead and draw. Let's go ahead and discard Thoughtseize. Let's go ahead and get the Royal Scions into play because we can basically kill them next turn. We're gonna swing with the team. So this should be pretty close to killing them next turn. Down to 7 they go. Royal Scions online. Kroxa in the waiting room. Murderous Rider to clear the way. I could cast the Rider with the Regisaur trigger. I'm probably ditching Swamp here, drawing this card, and then just Scions booted up, swing in, and probably Kroxa afterwards. There was no second red, you're correct. You know what? I'm just going to run it back. I said I was going to bring the Thoughtseize in. I'm feeling good about this. I think Kroxas are fine here. It was a very good hand. It was solid. It had the trample that we needed. Here we go. Here's some... Ooh, okay. We're going to keep this. We're going to keep this because my opponent's been all about them elves, and we've got some fatal pushes finally to remove some elves. Let's just keep on top of these. Bone Crusher Giant wasn't a bad draw either, and Kroxa is here as a good finisher. We got double red, singleton black right now. I'd love to play that Temple of Deceit in, but we're going to do this instead. Pass turn. This will allow me to do both Fatal Push and Bone Crusher Giant this following turn. I don't know if it was a dumb question or not, but did anyone see my question about Mana Confluence? I saw it. I don't know if I want to be taking a lot of damage. Unclear if damage is a good idea. Karn here. Dangerous this Karn is. Tormod's Crypt. Okay, gets rid of my Kroxa. That's fine. Choosing not to do it immediately. Temple here. Scry into something nice. It's bottom Thoughtseize. And pass turn. I'm expecting Karn to go up here, but if it happens to go down, it is a target here for us. Worried about another Planeswalker. Island Hutter. Island. Land Shutter. Lands Hutter. Land Shutter. What's up? How you doing? How you doing? I kind of want to pick this off. Especially now that they're in combat. Especially now that they're in combat. Nissa's going to be a problem again. They go down with this Karn, so I could pick it off with the Bone Crusher Giant. There's the God Pharaohs. That Thoughtseize is looking a little bit better that I bottomed. Let's go ahead and stop Karn. This is a problem for us, but I don't know what to do about it. Let's put this on top, because this is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll see if they go ahead and play this or try to put something else in. Either way, the Thoughtseize is actually not too bad here. Getting to Thoughtseize something away might be very important. We'll see if they want to play this. Seeing this, they might wait a turn. There's Vivian. Okay. Granted, I don't know how I'm beating beating 2 walkers here. They make 6 mana here and play it down. Nice. And it's a 5/5. Well, let's check the last card. I don't mind checking here. Could be playing a Bone Crusher Giant down. Maybe they'll forget about Tormod's Crypt? I don't know. Yeah, this is just ruining us each time. Like, we've been able to beat it, but this combination is just really difficult here. They just make this into a 3/3, make it a 5/5, and hit us for 10. I almost need, like... And I say Fatal Push, but even Fatal Push isn't going to do much here. I suppose Fatal Push and Bone Crusher can be played, and then they just make another 5/5. Dang. Yeah, we're definitely too far behind. Not to mention we're taking damage here. Alright. We do flood out just a touch this game. Wow. Almost need like an extra Murderous Rider. If we would have hit our Dreadbores on time. Tough to say. Tough to say. I think we have the right sideboard for it. Just need to hit it when we need to. If we run into that a lot more, I could see taking like a Chandra out and putting an extra Murderous Rider in. I could even see taking a Mystical Dispute out and putting an extra Murderous or Dreadbore in. It's rough. It's rough. We have the Fatal Pushes. We have the Harness Lightnings to take care of the lands that they untap. But the combination to make things 5/5s is just brutal. Especially that they're able to stay vigilant. All good, all good. Learning some things here. I think the Glint could help you get there. I could even see the Tritons blocking. Maybe you just... I hate to take out like Harness Lightnings, but maybe you're taking Harness or Bone Crusher Giants out in that. Just needing more Murder Striders. Just run these, this one and the other one. I could see that. I don't see anything wrong with either of those. Alright. Plains here. Favorite Hoplite. Let's go ahead and put our Swamp in, and let's just pick this off before something weird happens with Heroic. Go ahead, my friend. Might even be picking off the next card. Who knows? That looks like a great card to kill. Do they have an aura to stick on it? They do. It's a 3/4. Let's try to take the minimal amount of damage. We are running 3 pushes in this build, yes. It's gonna hurt us this turn. Three pushes. We don't block here with the hope that Regisaur will do some blocking this coming turn, and then the Glint can give us one extra draw into potentially a fatal push. They are leaving white up, which makes me think they have some protection spell. It may need to be 4. One less Scions and one extra fatal push might be important. Or just a Dreadbore. Alright. At least I have a blocker. Don't make this flying somehow. Please. Gonna have to bring in all of our removal this time. We're gonna get rid of Scions at this point. This game can be won very easily if we can just kill something quicker. That makes sense for your testing. Swapping out like that. Lag check. Lag check. Uh-oh. It is lagging. We would like to block. Alright. My opponent played... Now it feels like it's locked up again. Okay. They played the Life's Bounty and are attacking with a 12-13. I will definitely block. They can double block now. Oh boy. I need a fatal push. Alright, we'll definitely draw. Looking for a fatal push. We have 2 hits. We don't hit one. This doesn't have flying at the moment. We can go for another draw. Let's go ahead and swing, see if they would like to block. They don't. Gonna go ahead and play. Let's go ahead and sacrifice. Kill this. Attempt to kill it. They don't wish to protect it, which is good. We'll play the new Siphoner out and pass turn. This gives us another draw, another chump blocker. We have a lot of life total to get through at some point, but if I can find that fatal push, we have a shot at this game. Opponent hits for a ton. We're gonna block. We have the chump blockers for days. We will draw. Okay. What's nice here is I have a Kroxa, and I could play this in. Doesn't mean I draw again, but it's getting rid of a card, and then I get to Kroxa again to get rid of another card. It's gonna buy us time. The other thing I could do is play Bone Crusher. You know what? Let's play Bone Crusher down. Let's shotgun and play Lazav. We won't attack this time because it's not going to really gain me much. And then I have a couple different options for blockers. Surveil 1 might help us out too. Liliana. Play Kroxa, play Liliana. Give back Kroxa. Doesn't really do much. Let's just bin this. I don't think she's doing enough. We'll just pass the turn. We'll leave ourselves with a black and a red creature here. Trying to defend for our lives. Having two colors here is nice too, because we've seen this. We're going to block with Glint, by the way, giving us a black and a red. We're up to 54. Oh no. That's really bad for us. This is good. Okay. Ow. So we can use this to shoot this. That gets rid of that card. Unless they want to protect it. I'm hoping they don't protect it. Harness Lightning, play Kroxa, copy Kroxa. They're going to copy to defend this card. We're going to clear the hand here. Clearing the hand feels like the best thing we could possibly do. Kroxa. If they get another one of these, and by making this copy, might be bad. But I kind of want to get rid of the last card in their hand and make them top deck. Oh, that's right. It doesn't ETB. Never mind. Well, that's fine. We might be activating Castle here. Jump blocking with here. They do. I have to kill it, though, if I'm going to win this game. This has first strike, so we're not going to double block. Alright. Regisaur here. Play Regisaur out. We can put this into play tapped. I kind of want to attack, but I don't at the same time. Gonna block with Regisaur. I guess I should have shocked in. Oh, no. No. Name's Black. It's only a matter of time before they hit one of those. Although they hit 3 out of their 4. Do we have a shot? No, not really. We're looking for a way to kill this. We tried. And it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. Dreadboars, Murderous Riders in here. Well, Singleton Chandra feels correct to me. 1 Royal Scions, 2 Royal Scions out. Triton out. And probably just a Lily. Our out was our fatal pushes. Our out was our couple fatal pushes. I feel like Ratchet Bomb belongs in here too. Get rid of another rotting. Deathcutch could be relevant. You're correct. Let's take out a Thoughtseize, bring one of these back in. Take out one Kroxa and bring in another. I like this. All right, all right. A lot of removal. I brought in the Chandra kind of as one of these. If we get into that little wall scenario as well, Chandra can keep them in check. Chandra also -4 could be a good removal spell for something that's kind of brand new to the battlefield. Fatal pushes. We don't have any extras to bring in. We bring in our Murder Striders and Dreadbores as targets. Otherwise, we have pretty much all of our removal in here. I would love to play first. Pair of Aether Hubs. Huh. Ratchet Bomb's amazing. I have 2 Aether Hubs. We're going to keep it, but I'm really worried that we're going to get stuck on our colors here. The hubs, I want to go down one hub and make it something else. I seem to draw them all the time. Alright, the 1/1 I don't care about so much. That's a good draw for us. I'm going to go ahead and play this and pass turn. If they play another 1-drop here, I might not even fire off the Bone Crusher Giant and just plan to play the Ratchet Bomb. The idea here is trying to get them interested in playing more than just one thing out. 144 life? That's crazy. Alright. Let's go ahead and get a Triton down. I have the Fatal Push hidden right now. This is also Death Touch here, so they'll be priced into maybe putting another thing on the battlefield. You can probably play a pair of them. There's SRAM. SRAM might be worth picking off here. A dead weight. What's funny is I can't really get rid of the SRAM because of this card. But what I could do is Fatal Push this and then Bone Crusher Giant over here. We'll get to SRAM. We gotta be careful of this card. I guess I can do it now because I can't. Let's go ahead and Fatal Push this. Because I tapped out. Do it in combat as well, although we're in this turn. Alright. Just gonna pass turn again. This is not ideal. The land situation is much dire here. See him attach one more thing here. On the attachment here, I'm going to go ahead and attempt the Bone Crusher Giant. This will get a protection spell out if they have one, which I'm okay to lose this to for this turn. We're going to get this Ratchet Bomb into play now. Looks like they had all kinds of stuff for this. It's a 9/9. Oh boy. It's indestructible now, but it will be indestructible. So I need them to whiff on the top of the library here. Put a charge counter. Go ahead, opponent. You have anything here, you win. Almost anything. We're gonna go down to 1. I'm gonna need something that kills this. I don't hit anything. Yeah, if we didn't have the excuse me, if we didn't have the Aether hubs here, we'd be in a lot better spot. Yeah, I'm dead anyway because this is 0. I imagine they'll sacrifice and make this some color here. Red or black. Oh, it's a shame. That's a shame. I'm sure we could have played that a little bit better, but I'm pretty sure another land would have helped as well. Dang it. Ah. All right, 2-2. Looking for this final match here. Final match. Yeah, I want to cut one of these. Cut one. Easiest cut ever. Play another red-black land or something. Like, even a Dragon Skull Scum, it's just so much better. I do like the deck. I think it plays really well. I think I could play it and get a bit better with it in sequencing. It's very mid-range. I see what you mean about Evan not playing it probably properly. Being a little too control-y. We'll play first here. Here's this one land. It's an Aether Hub again. We're going to mulligan this hand. Alright. Now we don't have red. Alright, we don't have red, but I'm going to go ahead and try it here. We're going to get rid of a Watery Grave. If we do hit a red land off this temple, we're in great shape. Regisaur is castable, but I want the red land. Let's bottom it. You can't stop being a control player, just like I can't stop being me. We'll just pass here. Not a whole lot for us to do here. They did shock in, which is interesting. 2 mana. Jace. Red mana here would be great for the Bone Crusher Giant. We do whiff on it. Let's go ahead and jam a Liliana. I do know the Glints here, but my opponent looks like there's something that possibly could take care of this Glint pretty easily. Let's see if we can interact with this Jace a few times. Hero. Would love to kill this Jace somehow. Extra land comes in. Hero dies. Opponent activates Jace. Animation's catching up here. Agent of Treachery. Let's go ahead and go up here. We did not find, unfortunately, red mana yet. Maybe we can just get this Liliana where we need to be. Euro is going to be showing up here soon. Oh boy. Oh boy. Flips Jace. Can then Thoughtseize me here. And will do, it looks like. Fatal pushes me. Okay. Upticks. We found red. Now what do we want to do with it? Let's kill Satyr. I almost want to just get Scions in here. They can Thoughtseize me. If I get Scions down, that's looking pretty okay. How do we keep this alive? That's what we want to do here. Alright, I'm going to play Glint here. We're going to play Glint. We're going to Bone Crusher Giants in response to, say, a Thoughtseize. Gives me an extra blocker here. We're going to try to get Liliana Emblem going. This does give our Bone Crusher Giant an opportunity to die here. Or, sorry, our Scions a chance to die here. I'm going to attempt to stomp the Jace. No reason to hit them in the face just yet. This does mean Glint could come through and kill this. They don't want to discard Kroxa because that's fueling Kroxa. I expect Euro here. We could then have 2 blockers. Jace is low enough that the Fatal Push from the yard doesn't matter. I'm tempted to have both blockers. We'll see, though. Fatal Push is online. More is online. I don't know what else they could have. Jace. Extra Jace. We're going to go ahead and draw. Alright. We hit another Bone Crusher Giant, which is nice. I could kill this Jace. It could go here. No, but they went down with Jace because they used it on the Thoughtseize. I want this emblem to happen. This doesn't have trample. This doesn't have anything to hit currently. It will get a redraw. I think I just want to play Bone Crusher Giant, uptick this, and hope it's good enough. It could tick down, but there's nothing to hit right now. Phoenix, thank you for that resub. We're just gonna hang back with 2 blockers, see if Liliana Emblem gets here. What's up? How you doing? How's the Borderlands going? Need to get on that again. Shrinks Bone Crusher. Activates Jace to flip. It's going well. Ooh, they're attacking. They're attacking. This is easy block. Easy block. Just block like that. Do we get to keep this? Jace activation. Blooming Marsh. Stitcher. Thoughtseize. Agent of Treachery. Blood for Bones. Oh no. Oh no. GG. Whatever my opponent's doing, I kind of want to do that instead. What just happened? You just watched why you play the Reanimator deck we have plus Euro. This deck is literally our Reanimator deck and slammed Euro into it at this point. You're pretty sure this is bad? Nah, I think we got this. I think we got this. Woo, okay. That was spicy. That was spicy. Alright, we can bring some Mystical Disputes in. It is time. Murderous Riders here as well. And I think Ashiok has a place in this matchup. Maybe even Chandra. Down to Scions here. Down to Lilianas. We can probably drop the Harness Lightnings in this matchup. And probably a Fatal Push. And then probably just a Triton. That'll give me the 9. I think Kalidas, I could probably do another Triton for Kalidas. What do we think about? What do you think about this switch? Is Scions too cute? We keep siding it out. Rainy Day, that's because of how I would expect to build the list, but you also have to keep in mind how the person created the list. So they are seeing that they want to do Royal Scions, Rotting Regisaur, or Kroxa and Bastion. They can cheat in Kroxa by copying it with Lazav. Or Lazav, or however you say this. Is that a rooster? Anyway, it's a head. What they're trying to do is that. Maybe even Bone Crusher, remove something, play it, play Royal Scions, swing. For me, I'm seeing Royal Scions as a bit of an engine more, not so much the damage side of it. And I'd rather be outvaluing with Glints here, which seems to be what my donator was trying to try out. But also I'm a little more interested in something that's a little more, if you will, mid-range into my feeling of how the deck should be piloted. Not so much the Mystical Disputes, but I'd probably slam both Murderous Riders in here over 2 Royal Scions. Maybe even like, where is it, the Dreadbores? Maybe even the Dreadbores as well. So that's just things I'm seeing. Actually, these Fatal Pushes, we're going to swap those out for Dreadbores. We're going to try this. Can I do a fluffy rebuild after? I don't think you have much to change here, quite honestly. We can try, though, but I don't have a great capture of the meta, but we can talk about it a little bit after for sure, since you definitely donated. All right, we'll keep this sweet hand. This looks like everything we need. Just need one more land. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize. Take a peek. All right. Grizzly Salvage, Jace, Agent. I'm going to take the Assassin's Trophy here. We're not going to worry about the salvage. We have that covered already. And I have the Jace covered on turn 2 anyway, if I want. Bonus Thoughtseize here. Let's go ahead and jam a Glint here. Jam a Glint so that we can get drawing. They played Lumbering Falls. They're going to play something that comes into play untapped, which is the Overgrown Tomb. We're going to see Jace here, which is fine, not the Grizzly Salvage, because they're trying to set something up. We're going to be able to swing in here. If we top deck a land here, we can then Bone Crusher plus Thoughtseize, hopefully. And if we don't, then we'll do something else. This is really good, lining up really nicely. A little bit of worried about the Agent of Treachery at some point, but they've got to probably get it more to the yard than anything else. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize, check the hand again. We have a Wayfinder and a Grizzly Salvage here. Let's take the Satyr Wayfinder. You know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and take the Grizzly Salvage here because they have to play this not at instant speed. And we'll go ahead and take care of a Jace here. Get to draw with our card. We'll have the Ashiok. They're going to be playing Satyr, setting themselves up here. And we're going to be able to take the yard and gobble it up here. Assassins, Tireless Euro, Overgrown Tomb played. It's perfect, perfect, perfect. Draw a card. Without hesitation, Ashiok in. There goes your graveyard. And we will attack. We're not worried about a Satyr poking our Ashiok here. No, I don't want to mill myself. I want to mill them because it gets rid of other cards they might run into. Less things for them to hit, especially with Ashiok here. That's probably going to die here in a turn or two. Drowned Catacomb was the draw. I'd love to try to get the Chandra into play. Let's see if that sticks. It does. Easy kill. Easy up here. We're basically trying to hit as many Euros as possible before they just ruin us here with excuse me, finding one and getting to play it. There's a Liliana. You have a Murderous Rider for that. Mills over some cards, makes a 2/2 zombie. Glint allows us to draw. Now we're looking good. It does hit Kroxa possibly. We could potentially do that here. Could potentially do that here. So we have the agent covered, which I like. I like the idea of the murderous rider here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They played the hinterland harbor. Yeah, the dispute for the agent is spot on. I don't think we need to play rider, but I think we can definitely Swift and Lily. Let's go ahead and go up here for the Bone Crusher Giant as well. Well, we're not going to hold up the blue because of the agent, and can still play this into play. So we're still good. We're still good. I'm trying to decide what to do with Ashiok here. Like this. We can fetch a Shakuden. I kind of want to mill them again. We could mill ourselves, though. Let's go ahead and mill ourselves to get set up here. We go over a Bone Crusher, Rotting, and a Mystical Dispute. Dispute's not necessarily what I wanted to see here. We're going to hold back both cards here because I'm not going to naturally draw, and I'm done drawing with Glint. I need to get Murderous Rider into play as the defense here. Hooks up the Lumbering Falls. This is desperation, I think. Block and block. Now I could have let that kind of go through. I don't think that's what we want to do just yet. Thoughtseize is interesting. Wonder how far I can take my life total here. Let's go up with Chandra. Let's go ahead and cast a Murderous Rider. I'm going to go ahead and play with my life total here. Let's get rid of Euro here. Hey, Raider, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Oh, the blue? Oh, we might have goofed that up slightly. Might have goofed that up a little bit. I didn't leave a blue. Too bad they have 7 mana they need. Oh well. Punt, no punt? I don't know. You can punt me for that if you'd like, everyone. We'll leave up blue now. We're aware of it. We'll be cautious. Draw, discard. Swing for 2, pass turn. Alright, we have the dispute this time. We figured it out, everyone. They play their lands. They're gonna go all in here. We got the counter. And we got them dead on board. Okay. That was like a whirlwind of nasty messiness. And we could probably have tightened that up tenfold. But the deck gets us there. Game number 3. Do I want to change anything? All the sideboard cards are coming through. What's the cheapest, most annoying deck in Pioneer? I don't know if it's the cheapest, but Pillow Fort is pretty annoying. It's something we've played before. Something like this. We're gonna submit back. I'm thinking to put Chandra out and Scions in, but I have to treat this a little bit more like a control matchup, so I need something that's higher on the curve that pays off. That Ashiok was really critical. Went through a lot of their deck too. Got to see tireless trackers and a few other things that I kind of like the idea of milling them. No lands. Why is this such a problem? Don't ask why. Don't ask why. If you're asking why I got rid of a land, go home. You're drunk. Opponent begins with a Thoughtseize. Probably taking our own Thoughtseize here. Hell. Hey. True. You are. Go ahead and make them discard here. We're setting ourselves up. We hit our blue spell. What is this? Grizzly Salvage. That's fine. Pillow Fort is fun. They decided to keep the Hinterland Harbor there. We make them discard something. Another Euro is discarded. I'll be playing Hinterland Harbor unknown cards. We can leave Mystical Dispute up this following turn. Plays another Euro? Tireless Tracker. Okay. That's a lucky card. We'll play Glint here, which is nice. We get to keep Mystical Dispute up. This is for Euro if they land a land here. Tireless Tracker goes up a little bit here. This is an interesting attack from our opponent. I'm going to go ahead and let it through. Let's turn off these auto yields. I'd like to attack. Decides to do nothing. Interesting. Interesting. I want to slam the Regisaur and leave up Mystical Dispute. It means I'm going to get rid of this Scion, though. But I guess I could take a draw as well. I wonder if they have Fatal Push. Thinking the Dinosaur is where I want to be. Dinosaur, look, we're leaving up blue. We learned our lesson. We're going to ditch Royal Scions, keep Mystical Dispute for Euro here. I'm afraid they're going to crack the clue and then find, like, a Fatal Push here. But I guess that's not what they're going to do. Takes a land here. Cracks the clue. Scariest thing here is their blood from bones or whatever it's called. The reanimation spell and an Agent Treachery hitting this because it doesn't get hit by the Mystical Dispute. That is the scariest thing here. They will not attack, I presume. We will get a draw, which is great for us. Fatal pushes Glint here. We don't get a draw. Fine. Man, there's a part of me that just wants to ditch the Mystical Dispute and then just hit him for 9. If they have their own counter, this is just awful. Why don't we just hit them for 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 countered. Returns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can Euro twice. Something just tells me I'm not supposed to get rid of this Mystical Dispute. Mystical Dispute, I think, is our answer here. It's bad in our hand later. If they have an Assassin's Trophy, just everything... Or, sorry, an Abrupt Decay, everything just doesn't matter anyway. They Fatal pushed our Glint instead of Euroing. Euroing would have had 2 blockers anyway. What does it tell me about their hand? I think I need to protect the Regisaur. We're going to get rid of the Royal Scions. Go for gold. I think this is okay. We'll see. Counter. We keep the Dino alive. Kill the Tireless Tracker. They can Euro now. Little Temple here to check what's on top of the library. Put that on top. Go ahead. Come on. Go ahead. Ooh, buddy. After the bush. That's one of the reasons the Dino's not played all the time. Euro is here. So rude. At least I have a Dreadbore on top, and we have Kroxa coming soon to a theater near you. They just get to redo this. That's the problem. But I don't want them attacking me either. Maybe I can make them burn their entire graveyard here. They'll leave blue-black open, I believe. Or blue-green, that's fine. I'm pretty sure they have an Overgrown Tomb in hand. But I could be wrong. It returns. I know we don't have double red. We're going to top deck it right here like a champion. Uh-oh. I think this was alright played. Jace. Land. Oh, that's a good card. Okay. There's a Thoughtseize. That's it. Jace is kind of annoying. But I think I have to do the Titan, right? You get one look at this anyway. I think we gotta do the Titan there and pass turn. I need that red mana. We'll eventually find it. It's hidden somewhere in the deck. I bet we'll get it off an Aether Hub. Wait for them to flip Jace, then Thoughtseize us. That opens us up to a counter. Not that they've shown us really any counters, but it does open us to an extra counter. I don't necessarily like waiting there. I mean, this down tick doesn't ever do anything anyway. They could be booting up Lumbering Falls. We're gonna replay Euro here again. The problem is that they've gained so much life here. They're just putting things into play. They've left Agent here in case they hit. All kinds of stuff. These are all great cards for their Jace to have hit now. This is awful. I need the red mana. Yeah, 10 to 19 pretty quick. Alright, well, we'll start with Regisaur here. Regisaur blocks. They'll probably Assassins or Fatal Push. I'd like them to Assassin's Trophy. That'd be a good thing, sort of, for us. They'll hit us for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, putting us to 3. Doesn't really matter now. They're going to reanimate this sweet thing. Swing in. Bash my face in. Gonna take 7. Now they got Dino. Surprised they're not attacking with the extra Lumbering Falls here. That's okay, though, I suppose. Oh, they needed the land drop, I think. This is GG. This list is pretty sweet across from us. I like it. Where's our Damnation? Oh, wait a minute. I can't hit my red mana either. Let's put 2 creatures into play, see what happens. By the way, there's some Aether Hubs there. I still think this was a pretty fun list. We'll talk about it here after they discard. Oh, wait, they don't have to. Pure value. Their list is pretty sweet. Not gonna lie, it's doing some pretty cool things. I would be happy to play their list. Jace, this Reanimation Liliana. They're down ticking to do a Fatal Push or Assassin's Trophy here. Fatal pushes away. Boots up Lumbering Falls. Makes zombies. Gets Euros. This is the Sultai damage. Euro in. Ramps them maybe more. Good game, opponent. Took my dino. Woo. There we go. Let's take a look at the list that we were playing this evening. Where'd it go? It's at the top. All right. Rotting Royals in Pioneer. Euro is pretty strong there, for sure. Pretty sure. So real quick, I would probably cut 2 Aether Hubs if you're doing this Glint list. I think 2 Aether Hubs could be probably... I mean, I would almost be okay with just more basics, but I would probably bring in the Temple... The Temple of Malice for one of these, and then I would probably just fit the other one with probably just a Dragon Skull. The deck is predominantly red-black, which makes me kind of want to get rid of one of these. Maybe even turn one of the Temple of Deceits into another Temple of Malice here. Just because you have so many more hits of red that you need than the blue. I know you have a couple things on the sideboard, but I think I'd add this slight adjustment here for starters. This brings us to 23 lands, so I need to cut one more, like one more... I don't know, the Temple of Deceit or something like that. So that would be one of my first cuts or adjustments. You like Fabled? You could even run a Fabled passage. I don't have many of those, but yeah, you could run 1 or 2 of those, maybe in place of the Aether Hubs. Like keep the Aether Hub as a rainbow land, and it synergizes a little bit with Glint, but maybe a pair of Fabled passages would be good. If you do that, then I would probably keep the blue temple in here. At least a 1-1 split. You know, your Temple of Deceit. I would consider that. This way you have all these pips, plus the Aether Hub, and then you have the rest that's the predominant colors of the deck. Hitting this on turn 2 is not necessary. It's good, but it's not really necessary from what I could see. The one island would make me worried a little bit, just because you have double blacks here, you have double blacks coming in from the sideboard, and you have double reds. I'd be a little worried about a singleton island, but it wouldn't be bad if you run the Fabled. If you do that, switch the last Aether Hub out for your extra Fabled passage, bring a Fabled passage in for one of the temples, and then run your island in place of the following temple. That's how I would do it. So, island... Fabled if you wanted to do that. Main deck, I think you need an extra Fatal Push, or you need to bring maybe the Dreadbore in or a Murderous Rider in. I think there was too many times where we just needed to bring something in to interact with our opponent with all the creature matchups. You have to remember Pioneer is actually a little bit more about the turning the creatures sideways, and we saw a lot of that with the green. I like Murderous Rider and Dreadbore. Both are very nice. They both play with Planeswalkers, and it seemed that our list had a little bit of trouble with some of those Nissas the few times we ran into it. I would personally still cut one Royal Scions here. I'd probably cut a Harnessed Lightning, and I would probably entertain cutting one of these, or maybe a Bone Crusher or something like that, and then bring in some of those Murderous Riders or Dreadbores. You were or were not feeling the Harnessed Lightning? The Harnessed Lightning were okay. This could probably just easily just be the 2 extra Dreadbores. Wasn't? So, like, if we were to rebuild this a little bit, Scions, one extra Silence to the sideboard, maybe even the Bone Crusher Giant. And then I would main board these Murderous Riders and maybe, like, a Dreadbore and a Fatal Push. Whoops. I have an extra sparkly one. Like, at this point, I have room for one card here. And I think it's a flex slot at this point. We were talking about if you do the Fabled. If you do, like, the Fabled here, then I would get rid of these two. I'd play... You could potentially play another Swamp, but you could then consider the Island. And one more Fabled. That's what we were going to do. So maybe something like this. Fableds. 4 Fatal, 4 Thoughtseize. I think Collective Brutality is an option. In Pioneer, right? That could be something in here, and we can move the Dreadbore main. You could do that and put 2 Collective Brutalities in for a little bit of life gain. Something a little closer to this. Removal, removal, removal. You have a suite of Planeswalkers. You have some counters. Board wipe. Maybe something like this. We got to play with the list a few more times before we could definitely call it whether or not we like one way or the other. Part of me likes the idea of potentially a Hazoret in the sideboard. Like split the Chandra 1-1 with like a Hazoret. Hazoret works pretty well with what you're trying to do in this. So if you were to like maybe trim this Chandra and scoot it over like that, you could have the Hazoret. It's a good top end finisher. It sits well with your Kroxa kind of plan and your Regisaur plan, where it's going to empty your hand, and either Fuel Kroxa gets in, indestructible. Rotting Regisaur helps turn Hazoret on in case your hand's a little gunked up as well. It's not a bad thing to pitch and then copy. Is another Ashiok on the side crazy? Not necessarily. If you run into a bunch of Euros, I could see that over an Anger, quite honestly. But your Angers are nice for those matchups where they're going to go wide with all those Elves. Any other token-based strategies. It's probably good to not forfeit your Angers, maybe over Bone Crusher Giant. You can maybe even, if you're not feeling the Scion here in the sideboard, go for the extra Ashiok. Or like something that interacts with your opponent's graveyard a bit more. Wouldn't be terrible, I suppose. So like no Scions here. I'm going to play the Chandra, but you could play like an extra Ashiok or something. I know I've trimmed a Bone Crusher and I've trimmed a Scion here, but we've brought in 2 Murderous Riders, 2 Dreadbores, so that's kind of replacing what the Giant was doing. And the Fatal Push was helping with the Giant. And the Scions here, if you're wanting the 4 Scions, maybe like 1 less Liliana and move the Liliana sideboard or something. Because now you have a lot more artifact removal. Like this Liliana is probably a good flex card that you can move sideboard or not. Bring the extra Scion in for your build. Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely add the Scion here, put the Liliana, and either trim a Collective Brutality or even a Bone Crusher Giant. You can see I have Chandra Hazoret. I mean, you can cut the Hazoret, you know. They're just options. Just options, things I'm thinking about. If your opponent goes after your graveyard, you can cut Kroxas here and bring in the Chandras and Hazorets. That's kind of what I'm thinking here with the Galitas and the Bone Crusher Giant. So if they're like heavy, able to get rid of your graveyard, that would be a good way to pivot on that. The Hazard idea is just kind of interesting because with you play this on turn 3, you play this on turn 4. You know, your hand could look like, I don't know, let's just say it looks a bit like this. You know, something like this, and you're on the draw and you end up drawing, I don't know, let's just say you draw a Bone Crusher Giant or something. You turn 1, you play this, you Thoughtseize them, so you've done that. Next turn you draw, I don't know, Royal Scions here. You can Fable Passage, maybe you don't get to Fatal Push. End step, you Bone Crusher Giant. The following turn, you draw, say, Kroxa, but you're going to slam land and Rotting Regisaur, and now you pick up on a land or something by this point. And this is before your draw. You get rid of Fatal Push because it doesn't matter anymore. You draw your island, you play your Bone Crusher or your Hazard. You can't quite attack, but that's assuming you basically got to play everything on curve. And then the following turn, you're just pitching Kroxa, maybe play Scions to trample over, or you're getting to play Kroxa and hit them. You draw, like, I don't know, Thoughtseize, so now you're like, oh, well, then I will Thoughtseize and Royal Scions so that I can play both because it's 4, or whatever. So that could play interestingly enough. Maybe something to consider. There you go. Go ahead and take a screenshot if you like. The Liliana can probably be like binned here. I'll put it kind of way off to the side. But that's what I'm thinking about. That's at least my gut reaction. Again, if you want to play this. If you don't want to play this, bring the Liliana back, or I don't know. Something at 2 here that you want. Sound good? That's my idea. Rotting Royals, though, in Pioneer. Pretty sweet list. I enjoyed it. It was good. Just look at what cards are in your meta, or if you want to go to a GP and tune your sideboard accordingly. Switch maybe 1 or 2 things main board, and I think you've got something to go with you there. Fable Passage fuels your Kroxa, by the way, as well. There you go. Also, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it, Sir Eccles. Hope you enjoyed the league. I'll be putting this up on YouTube for all those YouTube folks out there, and so you can reference it in the future.